8강까지의 경기가 마무리되면서 2025 BWF 세계선수권 대회에 출전 중인 우리 한국 배드민턴 대표팀 선수들의 희비가 교차되었습니다. 이번 대회 가장 아쉬웠던 점은 여자 복식의 부진이었죠. 그 아쉬움을 날려준 건 여자 단식 심유진 선수의 선전이었는데요. 심유진 선수가 자신의 커리어 처음으로 세계선수권 대회 8강 진출에 성공했습니다. 그래서 우리는 가장 권위 있는 대회로 손꼽히는 세계선수권 대회 8강에서 집안 싸움을 편안하게 감상할 수 있었습니다. 심유진 선수가 이번 대회 컨디션이 좋아 8강에서 안세영 선수를 만나지 않았다면 더 좋은 결과를 기대할 수 있었을 것 같아 아쉬움이 남았습니다. 8강전은 안세영 선수가 또 다른 의미로 엄청난 경기를 펼쳤습니다. 무결점의 경기였다고 해도 과언이 아니었는데요. 어떤 플레이를 보여주었는지 확인해 보겠습니다.
It's incredible, it really is. Simujin, that Asian Championship semi-final is really significant. That is a massive result. She had to beat Wang Zhiyi on the way to that. She dispatched Yu Pian-Chan, who had a good week here this week. She comfortably beat Nadira. And it wasn't until Chen Yufei met her that she went out in the semis. But that was a really good week for her. And it was Simujin who
Okuhara, I think it was, that she played, right?
Well, it was China.
Oh, sorry, China, excuse me.
Wang Zhiyi.
Yeah.
And we know how brilliant she is. He Bingjiao and Kim Gae-eun was where you and I almost leapt down the stands with excitement. Or was that the semi-final, perhaps, that we got a bit excited?
Yeah.
She's got a chance here today, but it's a slim chance because An Se-young is dominating brilliant. Mixed doubles, yes. Women's doubles, Tan and Liu, yes, but those guys.
Since you've been covering badminton, Bobby, have you seen anyone dominate their particular or singles, should we say?
Chip gold medals too. So, but in women's singles, it's been a little while.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been some great players that have. It's different.
Trumps it all, right?
Yeah, and then world championship medals, and then perhaps you'd argue about being world number one. Lift was a little bit short, the initial one from Sim. Whether there's that much difference in the conditions between courts 1 and 2 today, I'm not sure, but the drift has been changing throughout the week significantly last night. I was speaking to Thomas Junior Popov at the hotel after his match last night. He said really having to work hard at the moment here with these conditions.
So that was court 1 aside, by the way. And it's quite steep. I'm sure even things like that make a difference.
Yeah, the volume of air. I mean, I've been very lucky enough to hit on the main courts at certain events, and I remember the first time I did an exhibition thing during the All England.
That's why I'm so keen to try and get a little bit of time in these halls. But even that can change.
These players, especially An Se-young, though, will be a lot more used to that than many, because they have to travel the world and play in.
Yeah. Of course, this was the venue of An Se-young's crowning. It's been an interesting year. She's come through a lot of adversity since then to really put on a fantastic 2025 for us.
Corporate deals and her sponsorships to stay with Yonex when Li Ning, I think it was offering her millions. Somewhere near £10 million for a 4-year deal or something like that, and she's thinking about the longevity of her career, and yeah, she's in a good place. You can tell that sort of decision puts her in a good place.
Here's the question that I'm going to ask that probably every player that ever comes up against An Se-young would, want to know the answer to. But where
to be as consistent and as quality of player with ultimate footwork, and as somebody like a Chen Yufei or a Wang Zhiyi, her footwork is next level. She's so balanced, so poised, so quick off the mark. Her racket skills are brilliant. If she wanted to, she could be playing sort of trick shots and double actions at almost every rally. She's hard to break down. When you think you've got on top of her, a bit like playing Yamaguchi, it comes back, she'll dive, it'll come back. I've never really liked it, An Se-young, which is odd because she's got so much quality. it might be that An Se-young decided to start the match on the faster end. She got the drift with her, which makes things a bit more difficult because she was very definite.
I'd quite like to have seen peak Tai Tzu-Ying versus peak An Se-young.
A few years back, it would have been a good game. That's the sort of defence. That's a.
There was a match in 2023, the quarterfinals of the Korea Open, where Sim got 7 and 6. And at least in this game could happen still. Wait.
Yeah, and Sim Yoo-jin's 3 years older, so an 18-year-old playing a 15-year-old at the time. Europe.
Shows, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's just how quick a study An Se-young is. I wonder whether, with the score being so one-sided, there is some need to put herself at risk of injury.
Service over.
Oof.
Yeah, just going back to your points, that's probably the match in the women's singles that I've been wanting to watch again. The matchup with Chen Yufei.
10 game points here for.
Game.
큰 대회였던 것만큼 심유진 선수는 약간 긴장한 상태였고 안세영 선수는 무리하지 않지만 꼼꼼한 플레이를 펼쳤습니다. 결국 21대 10으로 안세영 선수가 1게임 먼저 가져왔습니다.
Second game.
Yeah, that's going to be a brilliant watch.
Play.
Well, let's hope it's a bit more of a brilliant watch in the second game here. Sim Yoo-jin completely outplayed.
A mental thing, as in I don't want to be behind in the game, even if it's only one love at the very start.
Is that
love all, and it's just the first point.
It's always interesting to see a challenge that early on. First time.
Picking the pace up slightly there, An Se-young. We've seen players from the far side hit out the back with sort of uncharacteristic errors. That was moving left. I think that might have gone out as well. Good rally.
Yeah, Spot says about as long a rally as we've had so far.
Se-young dictating still.
So far. Anywhere near as impressive. Anyone not
achieved the Super 1000 Grand Slam in a single year, having won Indonesia, Malaysia, and the All England, and lost out to Chen Yufei in the quarters, or was it Wang Ji?
Wang Ji, I think it was.
Yeah, that's right, in the final.
Kim and Seo were also on it, and also they stumbled in China.
Great defence from An Se-young. And again, difficult positions to be in, stretching, and still finds decent quality, good net shots at 300s or even lower level tournaments. When you're playing somebody with the quality of An Se-young, think she'll be thinking about how comfortable she is. Tim Yujin had a pretty good draw, Tungjung yesterday in the round of 16, and perhaps not the most.
What's going to be out? Position. An Se-young. Got only 13 against her in 2023. You add in unforced errors, just not helping your cause. Very good crowd in here, I must say, with no French players on display.
Dominant performance.
Play, that's what she was saying, wasn't she?
Nice. Mental, but she's been just superb today.
14 match points for An Se-young.
Game.
놀라운 안세영 선수의 플레이가 이어졌습니다. 상대방이 어떤 플레이를 할지 미리 예측한 듯 코트 커버력이 엄청났습니다. 심유진 선수가 어디로 셔틀콕을 보내든 쉽게 다 받아버리고 마는 놀라운 경기였습니다. 이 게임은 그 결과 21대 6 더 큰 점수로 안세영 선수가 승리했습니다. 안세영 선수는 이제 천이페이와의 4강전인데요. 계속해서 멋진 경기 보여주길 바라겠습니다.
영상을 끝까지 시청해주셔서 감사합니다. 구독과 좋아요는 영상 제작에 큰 힘이 됩니다.